Hi everyone, it's Kathleen. We are here today because we are patiently waiting for the first prompt of Roxy's Journal of Stitchery, Vol.4. And the theme is treasure hunt. My treasures are my linens. And what I plan to do is create a book using various pieces of linen, stitching on them, and practicing every single stitch I can think of in my book. I have shown you I call it my Stitch Bible, the Creative Stitches for Contemporary Embroidery, and this book is by Sharon Bogan. I bought that on Amazon long time ago, and I am going to practice each and every stitch to create something. Oh, this maybe is upside down. Something, little bits and pieces just stitched. This is just stitched. So I'm going to be showing how to do stitches. I'm going to practice stitches with different yarns and different threads. Last time, while waiting for the girls' prompt, I took my title page and I did just a back stitch, treasure hunt of stitches. I did a back stitch, and this was with Perle Cotton. I did a back stitch with some wool yarn, variegated wool yarn, and then I did a running stitch all the way around. So you will see the front and the back like that, and yes, that's the way it looks on the back. What I plan to do here today, I would like to do a peekaboo, a cutout. There's the word treasure hunt of stitches, so I'm going to take my toonie. I'm from Canada, so here's my toonie, and $2. A $2 coin, and put it down here to cut out a circle. And I'm going to use Perle Cotton and do buttonhole stitch to outline it, and maybe add some pistol stitches. So here we are, and if you hear a jingle bell, that is Lulu. That is my son's dog asking to go outside by ringing the bell. I just let her out, so she does not have to go. She's just going to be making a jingle bell. So there's our little circle. That's what I want the cutout piece, and we'll see the word hunt. So I'm going to put that aside, my pencil aside, and I am just going to be cutting it out and stitching. So let's just cut this out. Now I'm going to start by cutting it smaller. And I say that because I'm not sure if this is thick enough to handle my thread or whether I have to fold it back on itself. So we'll see, because I'm not doing a prototype. I'm just stitching on the fly. Okay, so that's my little circle. And I just want to see if it'll hold it. How much give does it have? It's fairly steady. So I think I am going to Lulu. I am just going to cut out this whole circle, and then we are going to use some of this Perle Cotton that I have on the side. I'm going to choose a variegated turquoise, and these are size 5. I got these from Michael's. They were selling out the variegated colors. They only stock solid colors in skeins like this at the Michael's in Edmonton where I live. And obviously cutting in the air a circle out of linen. Oh, that's not too bad. That'll be just fine. So this is our little peekaboo, and we're going to outline it in a buttonhole stitch with Perle Cotton. So these are my colors, and I'm going to choose these turquoise colors. So this is DMC, that's the brand. Size 5 is the thickness, so it's a fairly thick, it's a thicker thread. This is the color it happens to be, 4025 from DMC. And put this to the side. Size 5 is thicker than what you normally buy at Wonderfill. Like Wonderfill, the usual size is a size 8 thickness, and it's the standard size. I want to use a thicker yarn for, oh, are these pre-cut? Oh, this is a very long one, so I have a big long one. I know I'm going to need lots of Perle Cotton, and for the buttonhole stitch, so I am going to take my milliner's needle, and Lulu, you don't have to go outside. No, you don't. I just let you out. So I'm going to tie a knot at the bottom. And when we do a blanket stitch, the blanket stitch, I'm going to have my flat parts. Okay, this is going to be an up and down thing I see today, Lulu. Outside, it's wet. It's wet. Okay, about 2 seconds, she's going to be scratching at the door to come in. So we have a buttonhole stitch, and the outline I want on the circle, and I want my legs of the buttonhole stitch going outwards. So we're going to, whoopsie. So we are going to start, and okay, I am just going to okay, so you always have to start at the top, but I cut that fabric away. So for me, I'm gonna start one as, you know what, I'm gonna start it on the side, and I'm gonna start this may be silly, but I'm gonna start a lazy, I was gonna say lazy daisy chain, a chain stitch. So I want my thread at the top, and so this is how I'm gonna start mine. Okay, well, I'm all thumbs, and I'm gonna go down the same hole, and it's making a chain stitch, and just pull it. Oh, I must have went right through this with the needle. Okay, eyes are really bad. Let's start this over. Helps if you can see. Okay, let's start again. Okay, to start a buttonhole, I'm going to start it right at the bottom of my circle, and I'm just going to work from there. So there's 2 ways of starting it. I'm going to just start like this. 2 ways. And I'm not even going to show you the second way. I'm just going to do it this way. So we're going to start at the very tip of our fabric, and I'm just going to hold that tail gently, because a buttonhole stitch, the thread is going to lay around the circle like this, and I'm going to come with my needle, and I'm going to make a line. I'm going to pierce it, come up just in the circle, but my thread is behind my needle, and I'm holding my knot, because that's very close to the edge, and it'll tear. I have to place it down because I'm working around this camera stand. So that's the first buttonhole stitch, and the thread always lies around the edge of the circle. And then I'm going to take my needle. I always go, and I'm going to go have different legs. So what I'm going to be doing is something like this. A buttonhole where it's an irregular buttonhole stitch. Oh, here's that Lulu again. This is going to be an interrupted video. Come on. Back door open. Okay. Good dog. That's a good dog. Yes, you are. Okay. So we're going to make little legs like that. So we're going to take our, and I'm going to make irregular ones. So let's just take a bite. Let's take a little bit bigger bite and towards the center. I'm going to work around the camera. That's better for me. Okay. And I am working with this long thread. And we pull it up. And our thread will be pulled nice and gentle around the circle. And we keep pulling our needle in, and I'm staggering it. Oh, great. Lulu's chasing the cats. Okay. There we are. So it's the same motion all the way around the circle, like that. So our thread is at the top of the outline of the circle, and we just pierce our thread, pierce our fabric, and go into the circle. The thread is underneath the needle, and pull. Okay. Next one, we bring our thread, we know it's going to go across the top. It lays across the top, go down into the fabric, up through the hole, and I just hold it with my thumb and my index finger and pull. Always place it down to make sure it's flat. And again, we're gonna pierce the fabric, go in the circle. You're gonna go all the way around your circle like this. It's easier just sitting down and stitching, not working around a camera. So if I'm all thumbs, I am. So again, repeat, thread on top, we go down, and a size 5, a thicker thread. This is Perle Cotton, like I said, and I was thinking about using a furry one, but I really want to see these buttonhole stitches. They look like eyelashes to me. Okay. And keep going all the way around the circle. This is such a beautiful stitch. You can layer it by going around a second time with the same color or with a different color, but we're going to be doing pistol stitches through there, I think. Here we are. So we're just doing the buttonhole stitch today. I'm trying to have the videos shorter so they're more watchable. So this is the buttonhole stitch. You can call this an alternating buttonhole stitch because it's, you'll see I will be going up and down my length. This bite will vary on this circle of mine. You can keep yours the same, or you can make it irregular. And I always hold the fabric and pull it snugly. And let's go a shorter one. No, I'm not playing those reindeer games. No, no, no. No, sorry, Lulu. You're outside, and I'll take you out later. But right now we can't. Here we are. Smart dog rings the bell once ago. Even the cat rings the bell that's hanging on the door to go outside. Can you believe that? The cat rings the door. Good gosh. I told my daughter-in-law, I'll send my barking black dog over here. My barking German Shepherd. So you can train it, because obviously I can't. I just let her do whatever she wants. She has me wrapped around her little finger. Same with Jacques. Okay. Look at how well-mannered Lulu is. Okay. See, look at how nice that is. And it's variegated thread. We're getting different colors. So I want to accentuate it. I'm using different colors, different types of yarns throughout this project, different stitches. So this is the buttonhole stitch. And this is how you do it when you're going in a circle. You can just do it following an edge of a fabric. We can play with it on different fabrics as well. So this is what I'm doing today, is buttonhole stitch in the round. A peekaboo. We're making a buttonhole peekaboo. And you can vary that way. If you're some people, you can have the stitches the same length all the way around, or you can vary them. So I want to try to vary them. Okay, and the thread is getting, if your thread gets tangled like this, I hang it down from the fabric and it untangles itself. Bigger stitch. So around the circle we go, creating the buttonhole stitch. This adds texture and interest to your page, because we're practicing stitches, and I'm putting mine in a book because I don't have wall space. That's the only reason why. I've made them on scrolls before and bobbins, but I like books. Here we go. I just don't have wall space. There we are. That's looking really nice. And you're wondering, maybe I am having this page as a flip. It'll be sewn onto my fabric hinge. I'm going to be using the flip flop, or slit slot, however I called it, hinge system. Slits and slots, slit slot hinge system. And I've already got a knot. That's what I have, less knots when I use Perle Cotton than I do when I use embroidery floss. Oh, here's Mac's cat, the guard cat that grown men are scared to come in the house. Oh, you have a voice. Oh, that's the neighbor across the street. That's okay, Lulu. It's okay. It's okay. She's guarding, letting me know someone's there. Just about finished. I'm going to take my camera off this little stand and show you my travel. It's not that travel, but it's my travel case I brought. You're going to laugh. It's huge. Mac's cat, what are you sniffing? Kitty cats? Kitty cats? Mac's cat is, like I told you, the guard cat. Grown men from Shaw Cable have said, "Ma'am, is the cat put away?" And I go, "How do you know there's a cat here?" "I was here before," he says. I'm the only one besides my son, the daughter-in-law, and my grandson that this cat will allow in the house. And that's the truth. Okay, so here, I want to, see, we're at the end here. So what do I want to do? I want to I want to join it. So I'm going to pretend that I want it to look like it goes around here. You know what? We're gonna do it. We're gonna go and we're gonna figure out how to. I'm gonna join it. Join it through that loop, the starting loop. If I don't like it, I can always take it out. Let's put it down. And okay, I'm going to go down this same one, so that one will be doubled. So I brought my needle in through the existing one, pulled it, and I went down that. So that one is doubled. So there we are. Perfect. So let's turn it over and do a little knot on the back. Okay, so that's the outline of a circle, and that looks so cute. That's just one thing there. Because I'm starting and stopping my yarns, which is yarn and they're furry, that's what we get all these little tidbits there. So because I'm treating this as a sampler, I was thinking, do I add some French knots? I don't know. Let's get a different. Okay, this is the variegated blue. You see how this looks quite dark and then that looks quite light? So it's kind of hard to tell when it's on there. Oh, okay, this is lighter. I like that. So because I want to fill in some areas, I'm going to take this variegated green color, and that one, it's a DMC thread. It's the same one. It's the same DMC Perle Cotton, size 5, color 4040. And I'm going to move that over there, and let's get one of these threads. Okay, so I'm still using my milliner's needle, and I use the milliner's needle because, Max, are you drinking my milk? No. Max and I have an agreement. I don't look at him, he doesn't look at me, and we don't fight. Right, Max Cat? Samantha's mother's a vet tech, and even she can't come in the house. Oh, dear. All right, Max Cat, look. Max Cat. That's the killer attack cat. Oh, God. And I'm not kidding. Oh, well, Max Cat. Yeah. Okay, we're making that one. Not on the end. So what I'm going to do, pistol stitches. So why? Just because I want to add some in here, just for some looks. So I am going to have a few come out the top. It's hard for me to hold this thing. I need to feel my thread and I need to feel my fabric. Okay, so I have a knot, a pistol stitch. Oh, and you know what? How am I going to do this? Because we're on the edge of that fabric. Do I want to make this thicker? No, I'm going to stick with this one stitch. Let's just do a smaller circle. Do I have something handy here? Oh, I got hexagons. I got a big thing. I'm going to draw. I don't have something small. Use something small. Let's find a small button and just trace it. This is a small one. Where's this middle button? I wanted a real small one. but I'm not going to cut it out. I'm just going to put it right there, and what's to say we don't even add that button on right there later on? Why not? Okay, here's that button, but I want to emphasize the, so then I'll have two of them. Okay, if I stick it up there, they'll all be grouped. Do I want them touching? Okay, maybe I do. I want them touching. And we're going to bring the stitches in there. So I'll have, looks like I might have 2 or 3 different colors of floss. Okay, so I drew my circle for myself, and let's go with this variegated green, and we're going to do a buttonhole. Remember, we start at the top, and I'm starting here because there's going to be an overlay of stitches, and so then maybe my knots wouldn't show that much. So I come up around this on the edge of the circle, and out of the way. Okay, can I see here? So we're just going to be making sure our thread is above, and we're going to go outside the circle to the line and pull. I have to work around the stand and pull. And same thing. So we're going to go take a little bit bigger bite, come up on the circle, and our thread is always underneath our needle. And if you have loose edges like that, it will catch on the eyelet. So feels nice and tight there, taut. And we just take little bites. And I'm making mine staggered. The length of my threads are going to be staggered. So we're making buttonhole circles. And you don't want to pull your thread too much because you don't want your fabric crunched, pulled, snagged. You want to make sure that it lays flat. And I'm going to go real long into here, but up at the circle. Don't fall down, pencil. And longer still, coming up at the circle. Longer still, up at the circle. Longer. Oh, it looks like I went wonky on my circle. But we're going to work with it. Sometimes when you're working on, I'm going to call this a stitch sampler because I'm doing a variety of stitches just all over the place to make designs, make encrusted stitching. So here we're just doing patterns of little circle, buttonhole circles. Oh my gosh. Lay flat. That looks pretty. Okay, so picking it up and looks really nice. Okay, keep going, and the stitches are going to get shorter here because of the stitching on the outline. I'm just butting up to it. Sometimes it's hard to see where you come up. So I'll go down, and I'm on the circle, but I'm a little bit in the circle there. Let's just try that on the line. You should be on the line. Should be. And if you're not, oh well. We're going to make do. Some stitches are a little easier to work than others. This is a fun little stitch. Maybe when you're not working around a camera and have all these little things and stuff that are in the way. Thread along the top, and where's my circle? I hear a neighbor dog barking. Nice, and still bigger. I'm trying to go as close to the edge. This is like a aqua seafoam green. I really like this color. Okay, I have to try to straighten out because these legs are a little bit curly, and not curly. They're a little bit wavy. They're not exactly straight. You'll see when in a minute when I lay it flat. Okay, so I want to add a couple more legs in here, in between these ones that I see. And a nice long one to finish it off. Okay, the thread goes behind the needle, and this is our last stitch, so let's see how we can hide it. Okay, let's get this thread out of the way, fold it. Lovely. Okay, so let's see. Okay, we are going this way, and we are just going to bring the needle down just over top of that thread. So this thread, it's like a L-shaped inverted L across or half a T across the top, and it goes down. So just over that thread at the circle line, we're gonna push our needle down. Oops, I took it out because I want it to be right on the, Jesus, it's hard for me to see. Right there. Okay, that's nice. I want to put a knot, and then we'll flatten it out and have a look, see what other color we're going to choose, or maybe I'll just choose that same dark one. We'll see. So we have that. So this is what we have, 2 buttonholes to start off with. Nice, because we did that little peekaboo. I like that little peekaboo. I did draw a little circle down there. Do I want to have another circle up here, and just that'll kind of wash off? Where's my little, oh, I did that, this, that. Let's do a medium-sized one. One more. How about this one? Oh yeah, so let's put that aside and stand up, get my scissors, and okay, I have to be right underneath it to have a look to see where I want it. I want it to go at an angle like this. here. I'm putting it right there. Buttonhole. That's a pretty button. If we add things like buttons with the books, we have to be mindful because our books will get a little on the thicker side. Okay, now we can see. Are you chasing the kitty cat? So where's this thread? So do we want to have this same color up here in bigger? Why not? Otherwise, I'd have to go with a different color. I'm not going to go with that because I did that. I'm just, oh, we're not playing those reindeer games. No, 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 nope. Okay, so there's this one. So let's do, we need a thread. So what else can we do to vary our buttonhole? I wonder, what do I have? What do I have? How can I do that? Okay. We are, what do I do with that button? Gosh, I love this flower button. Can you see it? Wow. Okay, but if I want to accentuate the, I need a circle. So which one did I use? Let's see what that looks like first. Let's continue, and we're just doing a third buttonhole. Do I want to cut it? I don't think so. I was thinking, do I do both colors? I'll show you what 2 rounds looks like. Okay, let's do the dark. What did I do with that? That's not going to be big enough, I don't think. Let's just start with a bigger one. Oh, really? Looks like I have some unraveling to do later. Okay, here's one thread. And we have that one. So let's go. I'm going to do a double. 2 buttonhole circles around. The first one is going to be the dark. And the second one is going to be the light over top, the second round. So you can go double rounds. So we're going to see if we can do this quickly. And so we come up at the top, and I'm going to start just at the close so I can hide my stitching in the center, in amongst the cluster. So again, across the top, and let's go. Thread is underneath, and we go straight up. And again, keep your thread to the top. I'm going to leave room for, I can't work around this camera, for a second row. I like when they're overlapping. Go outside right away. You were playing outside. That's a good girl. And again, I'm leaving room for the second row of lighter pearl cotton to go. And you can always pull that thread and then pull this one to make it lay flat. Pull it up. Make sure that I come up on the circle line. Thread always underneath the needle. Took a smaller bite. Smaller. All my stitching is tending to be on one side on the, I'll show you in a second. So the back side, you'll see the stitching, and you'll have one good side and one wrong side, a good side, bad side. Is there such a thing? Okay, we're getting close to the edge, and then the end of this circle. My circle has already rubbed off. I can barely see where it is. One more stitch halfway. Oh, there's the last two, so let's go right in here. Perfect. Down, and then right up, and then we'll just go over the thread and down. See how that worked out pretty good. Oh, come on. You tatting. Okay, so we're going to go down now, just over the loop, and I'm going to join it. And you'll see how it just pulls it in nicely. Okay, perfect. So now I'm going to tie a knot and get that lighter color, and we're going to add a second layer. Get that tail out of the way. I'm still waiting for Stephanie from Manchester. Please contact me. I'd like to send you something. Okay, and look at this. Oh, that's very pretty. Aqua, turquoise, and aqua. So let's put these two to the side, and we're going to double that, and you'll get a different effect when you have two layers of thread overlapping. We're going to layer our stitching. So I am going to I'm going to go inside my circle, just inside and at the top, and I'm going to be staggering. I'm going to be going in between these as I go. So the first set is in between here and come up inside. Oh, there's a knot there. That's why it's giving me grief. Inside the circle. And use your finger to help maneuver it. And then in between these two turquoises. And come up just inside the circle. And in between those two legs. And just inside the circle, and you see how we're halfway between that. Really like how this. I might have to double up this other big one. We'll see how it goes. Maybe I won't, because of what we're just showing something. Okay. And pull it snug. It's easier to pull it snug when it's laying down. And come up inside the circle. Pull the fabric. Nice, and you can see how I've puckered this fabric slightly. I want it to lay flat. Take my needle again and go in between. I'm going longer, so my lighter color thread is longer, and I'm coming up inside the circle in between those two legs of the turquoise. And the same thing, I'm just extending it like sun. And it's old linen, so it's soft and it moves. So yes, I'm going to have a few little puckers, but that's what you get with vintage fabrics. Oops, keep it up. Go with thread on the top, inside the circle. Whoops, I came up under. I want to go in the circle. You see how adding the lighter color, it softens. Whoops, I think I was under, but you have to be inside the circle. I want to be inside the circle. And dangle your needle again and thread to untangle it. Down, up in the circle. Okay. Buttons or other stitches on the inside. We'll see. See how crazy I want to get. I'm gonna go here. And inside the circle. Oh, look at how much thread I've used. And is this the last one? It is. Okay, and we're just going to be able to go. I'm going to take this, because if you can see this, where I've gone here, I'm going to just go over the top and down. over the top and down. Oh, there it is. I couldn't see my thread. There we are. Oh, lovely. Let's tie this off, and you see how you have the stitching at the back. I'll show you how it's going to be in my book. So it's going to sit like this. This is the Treasure Hunt of Stitches, my title page. And that's the flap on my title page. And so yes, some of it's going to be reversed. That's the correct side. So we're done those buttonhole peekaboos. And I like how you just get stitching lines on that side. I think that looks very pretty. Treasure Hunt of Stitches. Okay, I'm not sure whether I'm going to add anything else on here right now, but this is my first page. So my title page, and I'm waiting for the Roxy prompts. Hopefully it'll come out on Wednesday and we will start. So this is, I would like to do a video every day on a stitch, because there are so many stitches, if I can, or every second day. I won't be able to do them on the weekends, so or I could film them, I guess, and then post them on the weekends. Okay, so our peekaboo buttonhole circles. So I think that looks really pretty. Thank you everyone for watching, and bye for now.